afternoon, South Africa. Welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Bonnie Moody. Hope you had an awesome weekend.
Yes.
How was your weekend?
My name is Kentse Radebe. I had a fantastic weekend. I was out and about. The sun was out.
I saw that. I clocked your Instagram.
I know.
You were busy.
I was, but I love it. Happy Monday.
You too, darling. So today on the show, we meet television and radio personality Zama Ngcobo, who's making her return to TV as the host and executive producer of a new show, Leading Citizens on SABC3. This docu-reality series will focus on entrepreneurship in South Africa. Plus, we chat to published author Hakeem Anderson about his poetry anthology titled #200 Truths About Love. He'll be helping us unpack what makes and breaks relationships. That's a heavy conversation.
Crucial conversation to have on this Monday.
Yeah.
But for today's exciting masterclass, we have the amazing Gregory Czarnecki, who is the head chef at the restaurant in Waterkloof. He'll be preparing today's plant-based gourmet dish with our mystery ingredients. We're really going for the best of the best in every industry.
I love that masterclass. I absolutely love it. And on Mommy Mondays, we chat to Kentse Radebe, the head of social impact at the South African College of Applied Psychology in Cape Town, about the ways parents can help their children deal with the pressures of exam season. Matrics are about to start writing, so a lot of them are under a lot of pressure. Yeah. So you can join the conversation, asking us questions, but also letting us know what tip you would give your younger self when you wrote the matric exams. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express, or comment on our Facebook page. What advice would you have given yourself, your younger exam writing self?
Take it easy. I was one of those kids that tried to do everything at once.
Really?
From extramural activities, but also wanting to be prefect, also wanting to get A's. So I think I would have just taken it a lot easier myself and just work on the work. Because, when you're in varsity, it gets real.
It does, huh?
Yeah, it does.
So now, Zama Ngcobo is a seasoned businesswoman and media personality with over a decade of experience in the media industry. She was first introduced as a TV presenter and has gone on to become a force in the media space. Let's throw back to a clip of her audition for Top Billing that will give you an idea of just how far she's come since then.
Give a girl the right shoes and she will conquer the world. Well, it was actress Marilyn Monroe who said that. And if you take a peek down these gorgeous legs, you can clearly tell I came prepared. I am Zama Ngcobo. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Johannesburg, Hyde Park. My innate fascination with life has seen me embrace life from an inside-out perspective, whether it's through leading a healthy lifestyle, traveling, or through self-development. I have a stubborn will to lead a life with a purpose. I make my own choices, and I break them whenever I want to. Well, just between you and I make them. And Top Billing is a perfect medium for me to inspire viewers to put their best foot forward. And why not? Life is worth living now.
Girl, you killed that audition, though. Like, you murdered it.
Very sneaky, Bonnie.
You murdered it. Sneaky, huh?
Wow.
Sneaky. I love how you knew you had beautiful legs and you just announced it. Like,
really?
Look at these gorgeous legs.
I didn't even hear it.
But they are gorgeous.
A long time ago. Oh, thank you.
How nervous were you in that audition?
Thank you. Always nervous, of course. I was like shivering. This is Top Billing you're talking about. And at the time, it was the thing for me, you know, to be a part of. So that was, you guys dug deep.
We dug deep. We do some research. We do our research.
See,
and then you did go on to become an SABC One presenter.
Yeah, this was actually before that.
Before that?
Yeah, no, the SABC One came before this audition.
Yeah.
So I was already in the industry by the time I auditioned for Top Billing.
But I mean, you don't mind taking the hard road. Even for that audition, they came to your city and there were like something like 35,000 people auditioning.
There was a lot of people. They went on a national search and they were looking for that continuity presenter who could speak Zulu fluently. Yes. So luckily, I speak my language very well.
Nice.
So yeah, it was amazing. And yeah, Oli, you're right. I actually take the hard route all
you
the
don't mind taking the hard route,
I take the beat.
Yeah, but I think that the hard route teaches you more.
It builds your character, Bonnie. I think you've been around in the industry to know that. You know, a shortcut is not always the way. No. You need to earn your stripes. I'm old school. You know, I still live by my old principles. You have to earn your worth.
Absolutely.
I just think it's very important. So yes, I always take the hard route. Yeah. And sometimes it pays off.
It pays off. Really does. And it has paid off. And we're going to get to that. And it gives you
an amazing feeling afterwards that, you know, it's a great sense of accomplishment. Nothing was easy. I earned this. This is me. I've had to work so hard for it. And no one can take that away from you.
Absolutely.
It's always yours forever.
Yeah. You then went on to acting.
Right.
Generations.
Who's that?
Girl!
As you can stop now. Can we get the point?
You don't look a day older than that day, though.
Thank you for that. Thank you. And I actually won that contest. It was I'm sure Eugene Khoza was enjoying it more than everyone else. I won that particular. What do you call them? Is it tasks or tests as part of the competition?
The challenge.
And we're modelling this guy's the martini something.
No, you modelled that thing.
And the Jan from Espresso was sitting next to him, and apparently he said to her, "Oh, that girl is working my suit." So when a designer says that, you know you're working it. So it was pretty fun. Yeah, I did that.
So you went on to act in Generations, and then you took a hiatus for a while. But just because we didn't see you on television doesn't mean nothing was happening. Exactly. What were you up to in that time?
I was busy just trying to find what it is that I really wanted to do. You know, I've been fortunate in that the industry has been really good to me, and I just wanted to do something that belongs to me. It's one thing when you're employed. I'm sure you've experienced that. But you know, there's just that desire. It's like that gap inside of you that says, what can I give back? I've been given so much. I've had opportunities to sit at prime time at every platform that I've participated in. So what can I do that can outlast me, that people can actually remember me for outside the roles that I've played or, you know, the gigs that I've taken up. So I was doing a lot of writing. I like to write. It's funny that I've come full circle. Actually, when I wrote Leading Citizens, I came to Cape Town for a quiet weekend, and I spent some time here, and I just wrote. I never left the hotel. I just sat there and I started writing. I was just writing and writing. Now I'm back and I'm promoting the show.
Let's see what you discovered while you were doing that.
Oh my gosh, do you have something else?
Something has a vision and conviction that a dream can be achieved. He inspires power and energy to get it done. Ralph Lauren.
What does the modern day road to success look like? Throughout the series, we'll have thought-provoking conversations with some of the most successful people from various industries.
I see young people today, they like, I already have a brand, I sell on Instagram. I'm like, you don't have a brand, it's a fetish for you.
Now, this is where we'll get to extract those nuggets of wisdom that actually got them to where they are.
I'm always challenging myself. I'm in my own lane, and I believe that I am trying to improve myself every time.
I invite you to take this journey of discovery with me here on Leading Citizens.
You know, I'm already loving that because we live in this popcorn generation now where people become brands overnight, or you see their front stage on social media and you never get to really see the hard slog, the hard work.
Exactly.
And how do you find some of the leading citizens that you feature
Well, we do a lot
show?
Of research. We do a lot of research in terms of finding out who's doing what where and how. So that's how we find. I have a lot of researchers that actually do that work for us. But I actually agree with you. Like I said, I'm old school. You know, I'm from the older generation. I mean, when I started, there wasn't even social media when you and I started.
There wasn't.
You know, so now people don't even need a proper career in terms of, you don't even have to be on television anymore. You don't even have to be on radio. Exactly. You just sit at home in your pajamas and you have a career on social media. So I'm a very practical person. I would really like for you to explain to me, Bonnie, how did you end up sitting there? Without the gloss, it's good. I'm okay with seeing your house on Instagram and the bags that you buy, but I really need to see what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely.
I need to understand the struggle. I need you to tell me the truth. That one, it comes with being honest. I need you to tell me the challenges, because then the show is about helping people evade some of the problems and some of the troubles that most successful people have come across. So it actually buys you and saves you time. So you don't have to repeat the same mistakes. So how the show structure is the format of the show is we have an OG and a come up. So as you just watched, you have David Lale, who's been doing it.
And then
exactly, and then you have one that is coming up, so the one can learn from the other.
We're going to have a chance to chat a little bit later on the show about
no more videos,
it looks
please.
Absolutely amazing and well done.
Thank you so much, B. Coming from you, it's everything.
Those first-time audition nerves, completely relatable. Now, after the break, we catch up with French-born chef Gregory Czarnecki, who's going to be cooking along with us in our exciting masterclass. See you after the break.
Get ready. The face of cybercrime is changing, and so are we. We are smarter. We take charge. We are in control. We are brave, innovative, everywhere. We are SABC.
Our guests on Afternoon Express fly domestically with Mango. Enjoy outstanding service, online check-in and seat selection. With the widest booking and payment options, Mango is the only airline globally to accept store charge cards as a means of payment. Fly in comfort with ergonomically efficient seats for more legroom aboard a fleet of new generation Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Join the guests of Afternoon Express and fly Mango.
Welcome back. I've got the kitchen to myself, but that won't be for long. We are back with the WOOLWORTHS Masterclass Chef Series, focusing on plant-based foods. Remember, to enter today's competition, there is a 500 Rand WOOLWORTHS voucher up for grabs. But back to today's WOOLWORTHS Masterclass. This is how it works. So every week, we have a special guest chef on the show. They receive a WOOLWORTHS mystery box filled with plant-based products and have only the duration of the show to put together a gourmet restaurant quality dish. Our last chef of the series is the French-born Gregory Czarnecki, head chef of the restaurant at Waterkloof. But before we start, let's learn a little bit more about this award-winning chef.
Bonjour, my name is Gregory Czarnecki and I'm the head chef of the restaurant Waterkloof. So I've lived in 19 different countries, and I think that opened up my style of cooking. I was exposed from very young to different food cultures and ingredients, and I think it influenced definitely my style of cooking. So my food journey started at home. My parents were gourmet and gourmet, so there was always something cooking on stove from early morning. And that's how I fell in love with food. After school and before starting at university, I spent a couple of days in a fine dining restaurant, and I think that changed my whole vision on life, and my passion became an obsession, and I basically left everything and started my career there. What inspires me is a beautiful surrounding, fresh product, seasonal product, a painting, a color palette. Yeah, I get inspiration from pretty much everything. I would describe the style of cuisine as contemporary French minimalistic. At the moment it's spring, so I love cooking with like the fresh greens, asparagus, broad beans, you have like edible flowers, fresh tomatoes. It's nice, it's fresh. So one of the dishes on my degustation menu is a Sardana Bay oyster that has been slightly seared and served with a cauliflower puree cooked with saffron. And the cooking liquid from the cauliflower, we've turned it into a jelly and spread it on top. So I took a very classical French dish, the vichyssoise, and I made my own version. It's a potato soufflé with a leek mousse, a watercress jelly, and caviar. So for my fish course, I'm serving a Mauritian sea bass that has been cured in ocean water and then rolled in leek ashes. It serves on pomme boulangère. It's basically a potato bake without cream, and we make the sauce from the carcasses of the fish. For my plant-based dish, I wanted to showcase tomatoes. So they go through a 3-day process between curing, drying, dehydrating, and we concentrate those flavors to serve it to the guest. I believe that while eating, there's a sixth sense, and that's emotion. You have to feel something. I recall some memories of dishes that I've eaten in the past, and I'll treasure that and cherish that forever.
Wow, what an impressive chef. Bonjour, chef.
Bonjour.
Welcome to the loft. Lovely to have you with us. So it's so lovely to have you here, and I'm sure that you are ready, because I can see you're not nervous. I feel like
once this is going to be revealed, then maybe I'll start getting nervous of it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I hope you at home are ready to see what ingredients we have for the chef, right? And Clem, I'd like to invite you in, please, to come and do the big reveal.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We are ready. We are ready.
Are we doing a drum roll?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
That's a nice box.
It's not too bad, Aubergine. I like it.
Yeah?
You like it?
On that? Yeah.
What else have we got in here? So we've got some of this...
Dairy-free cheese.
It's cheese. It's almost like a goat style cheese.
Yeah.
Like a feta.
Yeah, but it's like, again, with coconut oil, because we're keeping it plant-based.
Yes,
That's amazing.
yes.
And we got some spice, chef. We had Vani in the kitchen last week, so we got some more spice, some meat masala. What do you think?
Meat masala.
Good. I like it.
There's no meat in that one?
No. But you can do something interesting with it. Yeah.
That's really great. And I'm in the kitchen with you, so I want to see what you do.
Wow, I'm so glad I'm not the master chef who has to know what to do.
This is your first masterclass, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what the surprise is, right? We didn't do anything. You do all the cooking.
I'm not going to buy that. Nah. So while we give Gregory some time to think about what he's going to make of this, remember to enter today's Woolworths Masterclass competition on Afternoon Express Facebook page. You can win a whopping 500 Rand Woolworths voucher. A competition closes today at 5:15 p.m. and the winner will be announced during the show. T's and C's do apply. Don't go away.
Well, I do trust Mr. Gregory with those ingredients, so I'm excited to dig in a little later in the show when he finally reveals his final product. But after the break, we meet sociologist Kentse Radebe, who will be telling us how parents can help their matric children through this exam time. And remember to engage with us on social media and let us know what advice you would give your younger self writing exams. Remember to tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. Me and Baxter will see you after this.
This coming Thursday on Winner Home, with 2 double challenges under their belts, the design duos are briefed on their next room.
The master. The master.
Will they be masters of design, or will they get caught napping?
Oh, but I'm not too sure what's going on in here. I'm hoping that they're getting things done.
Watch all the drama unfold as Team RNK, Team Contrast Control and the Perma Peeps battle it out for the title. Live at 7:30 p.m. on SABC 3. The stage is yours. Winner Home, proudly brought to you by Capitec and Private Property, with Samsung products designed for your connected lifestyle. Grand prize luxury penthouse apartment by Bowen Properties.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're in the kitchen for our Woolworths MasterChef class. So our chef today, Gregory Czarnecki, has seen his ingredients. He looks ready. He doesn't look afraid. And it looked like you got really excited when you saw the aubergine.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna just take the aubergine and remove the skin and recreate the skin with the spices and char it and serve it with, like, you know, the rice milk and everything hazelnut.
Yeah. Can I do that for you?
Yeah, you can
so
do that.
So just take the skin off?
Yeah, skin off. You can peel directly, but keep the skin because we're gonna deep fry them after we cut them in julienne.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So you're gonna have to get to do a julienne like now.
So the Woolies Masterclass is always plant-based. Ingredients are always plant-based, and it's always super healthy, but it's super gourmet as well.
So gourmet. So
absolutely,
we've seen a lot of chefs come on to the show. They've done very well. No pressure there, Gregory.
Well, I'm gonna try my best. Huh?
But the best part is that we've been learning so much. The fact that, like, plant-based is not just a trend. It's not just for hippies. We've had that.
Yeah, it's not. Really, it's for everybody.
Yeah, now's the time to be showcasing vegetables and showcasing ingredients other than meat, because we've got such an amazing selection. Do you agree, Chef?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's time that everybody starts eating like vegetables like now.
I also think so. Yeah. You just feel better anyway. But I always complain to you about aubergines. I always say I never know what to do with them.
Well, hopefully this time you'll have like something to learn.
To learn, yeah. I've learned a lot about aubergines on the show here.
Yeah, we love them.
We
love them.
I know you love them.
So do you use quite a bit of, do you use aubergines in your restaurant?
Yes, I do, yeah. As soon as it comes in season, you know, we start using them. So cut the skin in like julienne. I'm gonna make the first part of the recipe. So I'm gonna take the rice milk and I'm gonna turn it into a gel.
Oh, wow,
so
I didn't even know you could boil rice milk. Okay.
So we're gonna just boil, I've just infused the rice milk with the dairy-free cheese.
Right.
Now for about like 5 minutes, like now. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate a bit of agar. So agar is a jellifier. So it's pretty much, it does the same as gelatin, but this agar is vegan. It's made from, it's an extract of red seaweed. So the only difference is
red
like...
seaweed. It's also called dulse, right?
Yes, you have it. But basically, the gelatin is meat-based and gives you a more creamy texture, while the agar is vegan, but it's going to give you a firmer texture. And this is what we want for this, because once it's set, we're going to start like blending it and turn it into a paste.
People put that in smoothies.
You can,
red seaweed, yeah.
Look at you, man.
Look at me, look at me.
See, you know everything already. So I'm just gonna let it set on the side. It should take about like 15 minutes to set, and once it comes out, we'll just like blend it with a food processor until like a smooth paste. So while he's got the aubergine,
I'm already so amazed.
We're gonna take the aubergine there. There you go, thank you. I'm just gonna...
And you're gonna use all parts of the aubergine, I see.
Yes,
you're not
correct.
wasting anything.
I like
so
that.
he's gonna do the skin like now, and here I'm using a mixture of masala and oil, and we're gonna coat the aubergine, and then we're gonna char it in the pan. So
masala and olive oil.
Yes, correct. Just to make sure we have like a nice paste, just all around.
Okay, wow.
And then we're gonna sear it. So that's gonna make like almost a very thick skin, almost like a bulk.
Like yeah.
So you're gonna have that oven roasted, and we're gonna push it like quite far in the pan, which means that you're gonna have that smoky flavor coming out.
That's beautiful. So I'm going to leave Gregory to do his magic. Remember, we have a 500 Rand Woolworths voucher to give away in today's Woolworths Masterclass competition. So go to the Afternoon Express Facebook page and tell us what you would make with today's Woolworths mystery box ingredients. The competition does close today at 5:15 p.m. and the winner will be announced during the show. So T's and C's apply. Okay, awesome. Are you loving what's happening already here, Clem?
It's looking good.
Excited?
I'm excited about that.
Oh, wow. I love how the aubergine's taken in all the flavour. It just
keeps absorbing the oil and the spices stays on the outside.
That's absolutely beautiful.
So now it's going to stay in the pan for at least like 10 minutes on each side, just to make sure we get like a nice dark colour and create that bulk.
That's going to be a great tasting aubergine. Let's see what Pala's up to on the couch.
Bonnie, that food is already smelling so good. I can't wait to dive in later. Now, the pressure of matric exams seems to have increased over the years with the rise of things like social media, and parents often feel out of their depth when it comes to helping their children cope with stress during this time. There are dire consequences for learners if the stress is not managed properly. So today we chat to Kentse Radebe, the head of social impact at SACAP, about the ways parents can help their children cope during exam time. Very important topic right now being the end of the year.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
matrics are starting to write their exams, so there's a lot of pressure. Other grades are also writing their exams, so everybody's just trying to recognize that it's crunch time and that they need to deliver results. So there's a lot of pressure.
And that's exactly it. The pressure kind of affects everyone when it comes to evaluation season. Why is this time so stressful?
I think it's stressful, number one, for students because they recognize that they either need to progress to the next year or in the case of matrics, they need to pass and then go on to college or varsity. And I think for the family, it's very stressful because parents want to see their children succeed. At school, it's also stressful because teachers have invested a lot of time in developing their students, so they also want to see them do well and perform. So all around pressure for students.
All around. And I know for myself, it helped if I kind of broke down the year. I needed to make sure that I did well with everything so that by the time you do get to exam time, it's not a whole lot of pressure all on the one exam, the 1 3-hour paper. Now, I know parents do this a lot. They kind of put a percentage benchmark to say, okay, Nganyami, if you get 75% or whatever, I'll get you this, or kind of an incentive, but that does add much more pressure than needed. What are some of the other habits that parents tend to go to add pressure?
I think just to address your first point, I think one of the greatest misconceptions is trying to put a letter grade to your child's performance. So I think it's really important to understand, where does my child perform best?
Yes.
And if you want to incentivize them, which isn't necessarily a negative thing, but incentivize them around where they're strongest so that when they do succeed or fail, they can actually rebound and continue to perform well. I think that's probably one of the easiest things that you can do as a parent, is to understand how your child learns and to develop a study plan along those lines. And that manages their stress as well, because they know what's expected of them from you, so that contains their environment, but you also have a realistic idea of what their performance is actually going to be.
Exactly. Now listen, social media.
Yes.
Social media has kind of, and the internet has taken this generation to a completely different level. Some things that our parents didn't necessarily have to deal with. Can you break it down for some of our parents and help them understand how social media can impact their child's learning?
I think what's really important is there's different sides to it. So on the one side, I think that we can understand that social media and having access to the internet can greatly advantage your child. So they can access different learning materials, they can access different ways to learn and to study, so YouTube tutorials. So on the one hand, that can be really positive. On the other hand, I think that what social media perpetuates is what I call the superhero complex. So seeing everybody do really, really well, and you're like, I want to be as amazing and as fantastic as those people.
And they make it look so easy.
Exactly. When in actual fact, what we put on social media is our perfect selves. So then that creates unrealistic expectations. So I think for parents, you want to be aware, what is my child's social media use and how do they engage and react on what's happening in social media. So that could be you following them, commenting them, and also just engaging with your child about some of the issues and anxieties that they have around their own performance, whether it's in their school life or in their personal life.
Exactly. Now, a lot of what you've touched on is about parents knowing their child. It's very important to see if your child is overworked or if your child is just not doing enough. They kind of need to pull up their socks. So what are some of the telltale signs to be like, okay, my child might be a bit overworked and we need to lessen the load?
I think what's really important is what you said a little bit earlier about really building from the beginning. I think one of the worst things that we can do is to come to the end and then only start to realize, wait a minute, my kid is struggling in maths or they're struggling in English or whatever it is. Exactly, because now you're investing all this time and energy into one final result. But if you're actually building up with your child from the beginning of the year, straight through term 1 through to term 4, then you can actually understand, how are they developing, where are their struggles, where can I intervene, and you can then begin to tell the telltale signs, right? So then you know that actually when my child is performing well, this is what they do. Or when they're performing badly, these are their coping mechanisms. And are these positive or negative coping mechanisms? And what can I do better to assist them in achieving whatever their goals and objectives are?
Very important to get to know your child, get to know their learning levels and kind of grow from there. Thank you so much, and so pleased to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
There's nothing smoother than the fresh, cool taste of Clover Tropica, made with love by Clover.
There is nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica with the Tropica Smooth Fan Competition. Stand a chance of winning incredible instant prizes this week. Tropica lovers stand a chance of winning incredible prizes from Lewis. With Lewis having up to 36 months to pay, same-day delivery, and an optional extended 2-year guarantee, Lewis will really welcome our Tropica Smooth fans home. And don't forget the grand prize of 250,000 Rand cash and a Honda Amaze Comfort CVT. The prize will be fitted with genuine Honda seat covers, and all you have to do is buy a Tropica. Follow the details on the pack, select your favorite celebrity, and stand a chance to win instant prizes, airtime, and so much more. T's and C's on tropica.co.za.
There's nothing smoother than the fresh, cool taste of Clover Tropica, made with love by Clover.
It's all about relationships after the break as we chat to author of the book 200 Truths of Love, Hakeem Anderson. Plus, we meet social media influencer David Shabalala, who uses graphic design to express his artistic flair. And we continue with our exciting masterclass in the kitchen. Can't wait for that.
Molkazan is a natural Swiss-made product which supports better digestive health. Do you struggle with digestive or tummy problems like cramping, bloating and constipation? We're looking for 3 ladies from Cape Town aged 30 to 50 who suffer from these problems or from mild IBS to take on a simple 21-day digestive health challenge that we will follow on Afternoon Express. Email your story to molkazanchallenge@cardova.tv to apply.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Thank you so much for joining us live on SABC3. Now, for decades, the idea of self-love was always seen as being selfish. But for over the years, people have shifted from that notion and are now addressing toxic behaviors that have been passed down for decades. Author and filmmaker Hakeem Anderson is in the loft today to help us unpack the reasons why our generation needs to unlearn toxic behaviors and shed light on what self-love really means. Welcome to the loft.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's a mouthful.
It is.
The work that you do, it's not easy work.
No, it isn't.
Deciphering the language of love,
yeah,
and appropriate behaviors,
yes, ma'am,
that we can call love.
Yes, ma'am.
It's deep work.
I think at the behest of it all, at like the bottom line of it all, is treating people like human beings and not crutches, not muses, not support systems, but like knowing and understanding that people become pillars in your life and they become lessons in your life, and respecting that and not abusing that. Because I feel like a lot of times we abuse that and we start leeching on people and their energies and the love they give and their giving natures, and we have no stop.
Yeah.
When we feed on their good graces, when we feed on their good love and their giving natures, we don't have a stop button and stopping and saying, actually, what am I giving? What am I giving to this person? How am I reciprocating this love? Is this well going to run dry? And how am I, what am I doing to basically make sure that this well never runs dry?
What leads a man like you down this path of this kind of deep discovery?
Deciding to be the difference. Because as much as we are good men in the world, how good are we as men if all of these bad things are happening? If all of these, there's femicide in South Africa. How is this happening? Rape cases have escalated. In the past 10 years, rape cases have escalated. How are we good men? And deciding to be the difference is the beginning, really. And deciding to be the difference, deciding to be the good you say you are, and enacting that and giving that and fully becoming that and inspiring that in other men is the basics you can be as a human being, as a human man in this world. It's the basics of what you can be. And there's further, you have to go further than that by interrogating, you know, your negatives and your toxicity and how you've broken people and how you've broken yourself as well, and start fixing that in yourself first before you become to anyone, anything.
That's incredible. Yeah. So you've written a book called 200 Truths About Love.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a brave feat because many of us feel like we're just not that great at love, this love thing. We just figure it out as we go along, right?
I believe everyone is good at love. It's just the brand of love that you're giving and receiving.
Wow, yeah.
Everyone is good at love. You're good at loving something somewhere in your life.
Yeah.
So if you know how to love something somewhere in your life and it's really good, replicate that in all spheres of your life.
Yeah.
Replicate that. Like, meet people who are of the same liking as you or of the same drive as you and replicate that. Replicate the feeling, replicate the giving and the taking, reciprocating, and just become. Yeah. Without forcing it, because we love easily. We're taught to love from a very early age.
Yeah.
But somewhere we lose ourselves.
What are the hardest truths about love to swallow, especially in this book?
Interrogations. The interrogations, the wrongs that we do to people. The
issues like codependency. What is codependency?
It's basically, in the simplest terms I can put it, is basically when a man comes from an environment where he's raised by a woman and is basically surrounded by women in the family, leaves the homestead and gets into a relationship looking for qualities his mother had or his aunt had or his sisters had in this woman, and only validating your womanness or your love
when he recognizes
those qualities, but he leeches those qualities from you and rarely ever reciprocates. And from a woman is the most basic of it all, the most basic explanation I can give it is, you know, feeling invalidated by, you know, a man not needing her, a man not being in a position where he needs a woman, you know, where he wants to be with you, he chooses to be with you, he wants to be with you, but you want to be needed, and he doesn't do that. So you feel invalidated and you feel like, I'm not doing this love thing right. Yeah, it's deep.
It's deep. It's deep. I'm just scanning my mind like,
and that's the most basic form. That's the most basic explanation I can give for codependency.
But you know, that's one of the pillars of patriarchy, though. Yeah. The first love you described, of how men want to be loved, or how women describe what men describe a good woman.
To be mothered. With the qualities his mother had, and if you lack any of those qualities, then you're not a good enough woman, and then ill behavior comes about, cheating comes about, you know, abuse comes about as well. Physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse comes about as well.
Wow.
Because of these basic misunderstandings of what it is to be a man and what it is to have a woman or a lover, you know, because a lot of times men get into relationships and treat their lovers as maids and as slaves and as servants, subservient to them. And women have this thing that they say by being a man, but no one explains what being a man is.
Yeah.
So men thumbsuck the ideologies, you know, of being a man. Like, what is it really when you say...
And women say that a lot. Be a man, man up.
Be a man, man up.
How have men reacted
to
your book and what the challenge that you're placing in front of them? Have some just completely rejected it and have others completely embraced it?
You know, people who reject a truth, any truth, aren't really your target market and aren't really the people you should be focusing on. So I'm like, you can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. Your job is to make the water desirable enough for them to drink.
Sure, that's beautiful. Well, this looks like it's full of desirable water.
Yes, ma'am.
Thirst-quenching water.
Yes, ma'am. Quenching water.
I can't wait to read it.
Confrontational water. I've been told the book breaks people, and I asked, what does it break you? What is it that it breaks inside of you? And they say, well, it makes me confront my bad self, and it makes me confront the good that I think I am, the shadow self, the one that's, you know, wakes up at 3 a.m. in the morning and I don't know why I'm up. It makes me confront that person, makes me confront that voice and say, okay, cool, this is what I've become, this is what I need to be, and becoming that as well.
Wow, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so glad that you're the man who's written this book, but it's clear that you've done a lot of work, a lot of personal work.
I'm happy to. Yeah, there's still a lot more work to do, but, you know, I'm up for it.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Enjoy full fruit flavour in Ceylon or green tea varieties of Manhattan iced tea. Made with love by Clover.
I know a couple of people who should expect that book for Christmas. Now, art is expressed on a range of different canvases, often using a selection of different materials. Our next guest uses graphic design to express his artistic flair. Influencer David Chavalala joins us in the loft with one of his creative designs for the Show Your Taste Raw Moments campaign, and to chat about how Clover Manhattan Iced Tea has challenged a few creatives to design something unique and inspired by the brand new rooibos flavors, lemon and mixed berry. Welcome to the loft.
Thanks for having me.
Lovely having you. Now, you're known for your creative designs and your illustrations. What made you join this campaign?
Well, I love Manhattan Iced Tea as a brand.
Yeah.
I was inspired by the flavors. I love the textures and the colors. They came to me to partner up in doing just a cool item for one lucky winner for the campaign.
Amazing. Now, when you're challenged with this brief, it kind of seems crazy. How do you start? What's your process? What does it look like? What are you inspired by?
So my inspiration, it starts away from the computer, I always say. I'm away from design studio, away from social media and technology. I go outside in the world. I take in the colors, the textures, the sounds, and I sort of try and fuse that into what I create.
But that's beautiful. You kind of have to disconnect to connect.
Yeah.
To connect with everything around you.
That's true.
How important do you think it is for South African creatives to get involved in campaigns like this and kind of collaborate and come together?
I think it's a huge opportunity for especially independent artists. Yeah. In this day and age, social media plays such a big role in just sort of sharing your work, getting brands to notice you. Social media is no longer just a playground for pictures and selfies, but it's a way to share your work in a strategic way and attract brands like Manhattan Iced Tea to sort of partner up with you.
Yeah, to come together. So what flavor did you go with and why?
So I went with lemon. I love the zesty flavor.
Nice colors to work with.
It's a nice color. I love the yellow, I love the green, I love the leaves.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the flavor I went with.
Okay, and I'm assuming, not assuming, I know definitely a viewer can stand a chance to win your tote bag. Is there a possibility for you to duplicate it for me?
I don't think I'm allowed. I think I'll get sued or something. It's a one-of-a-kind item. I think that's the whole thing as well. Because I do so much work. I share so much on social media. I hardly do physical products and sell them in a physical space. So I think the whole point of this campaign is to have just that one-of-a-kind.
Yeah. How did you find that? How did you find making that transition from things that are more graphic and on TV to physical, touching, feeling?
A bit of a challenge. I think technology and social media can spoil us a bit.
Yeah.
But once you have to sort of craft and create something that lasts, that's durable, that pays homage to who you are as an artist.
Yeah.
And you think of the brand that you're working with as well. There's so many things to consider. Yeah. A bit of a challenge, but it's a good challenge.
I love that. I love that. A good challenge indeed. I'm very excited to have a look at your bag, kind of get my hand on it, and hopefully I can win the bag too.
Maybe.
Maybe. Now, one lucky viewer stands a chance to win David's limited edition tote bag, inspired by one of the new Clover Manhattan rooibos flavors. The competition will run on the Clover Manhattan Iced Tea social media page. Each competition post will state how you can enter, so get entering now. The competition runs from the 15th of October to midnight, the 28th of October, so you don't want to miss out on that. Over to you, Bunny.
Enjoy full fruit flavour in Ceylon or green tea varieties of Manhattan iced tea. Made with love by Clover.
Over to me indeed, and over to our magnificent chef. He's already created so much magic. It smells absolutely amazing. We're back in the kitchen for the WOOLWORTHS Masterclass Chef Series, and it's smelling fantastic. And if you've just joined us, we have Chef Gregory Czarnecki in the kitchen, and he's cooking up a storm with the WOOLWORTHS mystery box plant-based ingredients. So, Chef, What are you busy with now?
Well, that's it. The aubergines are like ready and charred, so you know I'm going to keep them on the side like that, ready for plating. The julienne has been like rolled into corn flour and then deep fried slightly.
How did you do that?
So just like cut like thinly, you know, it's about 7 centimeters and as thin as possible. And then just like rolled in a bit of corn flour and then deep fried. And then the leftover of the aubergine, I've mixed it with a bit of like mascarpone, and you'll get actually a very smooth puree, which we call aubergine caviar. So this will have all the flavor. You'll have the smokiness, the masala, the meatiness of the aubergine. So this will use it for plating. And then I'm just going to show you like how we've done the 2 sauces that goes with it. So one is buttermilk, and the other one is a vegetable stock that we're going to season with masala. So I always start the bases with the same ingredients. So we're going to sweat some onions, and then we're going to add some masala and just cook the spices slightly on both sides. There we go. So it's the same base for both. Like this. And then you make sure that the onions are all coated to extract all the flavors of the spices. You can see, you can start smelling it like now already. It's coming out. Then after that, we're going to add some garlic. So you can take 2 cloves and then just like crush it. We're going to add a bit of like thyme to it, just for like extra flavor, always. For any like velouté base or sauce base, always like thyme, bay leaf, garlic. Yeah, that's what's important, you know? You want the flavor of the sauce, you can do the same sauce and like just put the spices and not cook them, and it'll taste completely different. Just like toasting like, you know, nuts in the oven. You extract more flavor.
To cook the spices.
The spices, you'll see it. It's, you know, that's the base.
That's amazing. You know what I also find really intriguing is I always thought that meat spices can't be used for vegetables.
No, you can definitely use like any spices for any preparation. Here the aubergine's got like a very meaty flavor, you know, a meaty texture. So, you know, it's actually perfect for me that we have like, you know, meat masala, So once he's got the crushed garlic, you can keep the skin on. Don't worry, old school. But you need to like crush it though, you know, to extract the flavor, you know.
I'm taking it back out.
There we go. So you just put it like that, and that's gonna cook also.
You just crush it.
Just crush it. There's no point like cutting it because we're gonna put the liquid, and then we're gonna strain and then blend. So in one we're gonna put the buttermilk, and that's gonna cook for about like 10 minutes just to extract all the flavors. Just like that.
Wow.
And the other one we're gonna take the vegetable stock, and that's for the foam. So the vegetable stock is gonna go in. Same thing. It's gonna cook for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And after that, once it's reduced by half, we're gonna add cream to it that's also reduced by half. And then the special ingredient, which is lecithin.
Wow.
So lecithin is an extract of soy, and it's basically an emulsifier. So once it's strained and ready, we're gonna like blend it, add the soy lecithin, and then everything will become like foamy, and then we can serve it.
Wow, you've made me fall in love with aubergine and everything that you're doing here, and I really cannot wait to taste this delicious dish. I'm going to leave Chef Gregory to carry on cooking, and we'll be back a little later to taste this exciting dish made with Woolworths plant-based ingredients.
After the break, we do our grand reveal of the final dish, and we announce today's competition winner. It just might be you, so you definitely don't want to go anywhere.
This is your chance to win the home you've always dreamed of. Enter the Winner Home competition by voting for your favorite design duo on privateproperty.co.za and stand a chance of winning a fully decorated apartment at Paardenvlei Lifestyle Estate, developed by Baldwin Properties, worth over 3 million rand. Plus, you'll automatically be entered into the weekly draw, where this coming Thursday night you could walk away with a Samsung Galaxy Note 9 smartphone with Bluetooth remote S Pen, AI camera, PC-like performance, and built-in decks with carbon sheet cooling. And if that's not enough, Capitec clients stand a chance to win a further 5,000 Rand in cash. Competition details plus T's and C's can be found on the Private Property website. Winner Home, every Thursday evening at 7:30 on SABC 3. The stage is yours.
Clover Crush. 100% pure fruit juice packed with vitamins and no added sugar. Crush, your daily dose of goodness. Now also available in long life. Crush is spreading goodness by giving away 20,000 pairs of school shoes. Grab a Crush, see pack for details, and stand a chance to win 1 million rand in prizes. Pass the goodness to a friend to also win. Share the goodness by nominating a school to receive school shoes.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Thank you so much for joining us. The only thing left to do is announce the WOOLWORTHS Masterclass competition winner that Gregory chose, Gregory, our chef, based on the creativity of the entry. The winner of our 500 Rand WOOLWORTHS voucher is Firdaus Kasim. Congratulations. And she said that she'd make grilled brinjals stuffed with a white cheese, onion, garlic, thyme, and bay leaf puree, dressed in a creamy sauce of stock, milk, and masala, topped with hazelnuts with the ingredients in the box. That's quite impressive.
It's quite creative.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of like technique, you know, in a dish. So
that's beautiful. Congratulations, Firdaus.
Yeah. Well done. Okay. And you clearly know what you're doing because this looks absolutely amazing. Yeah. Zama, are you ready to dive in?
It does. Listen, I'm a heavy eater usually. I was like, where's the rest of it?
You could have fooled me.
I am. I like to eat good, but it looks amazing. It looks delicious. You said these are aubergines, yeah?
Definitely tasting this.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, let's try.
Had a little bit of a spillage at the dinner
table.
table.
You also said this is an aubergine caviar.
Aubergine caviar, so that is the name for it. So it's normally it's the inside of the aubergine, which you know, you have like the little peps, so it looks like caviar. So that's
Is it just me or this meal tastes like seafood? There's that smoky...
What's the buttermarks with the smokiness and the hazelnut and everything? Yeah.
Stunning.
That's the idea.
I love it.
I'm ready to
beautiful. And what have you named your dish?
I think just aubergine. You know?
Just
it's aubergine in 3 ways. The idea was to use the product at its full capacity. So, you know, make the caviar, serve the skin also as well.
Yeah, you definitely did that very well. Bonnie and I have to visit you at the restaurant.
Please.
Because coming from this plate, I need more.
I think that's what I'm saying. I was like, where's the rest of it? I think this is like a starter, right?
Yeah, so.
We just try to use all the skills.
I'm a fantastic cook, by the way.
You're a fantastic cook.
I am. I take it very seriously. I'm very passionate about it. It's the other thing that I do when I'm not writing or on television. Yeah, I love to cook.
That's beautiful.
I really love to cook, so I'd like to steal this recipe as well. But for my family, it will be a starter because we are heavy eaters. So.
It is a starter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I love about you? I love that you know what you're good at and you say it and you own it.
Oh, thank you.
It's been beautiful to
I think
witness.
there's a great sense of pride that comes with that. Yeah.
That's something that I'm slowly growing into. Being able to celebrate yourself in a way that's lifting and encouraging and kind of doesn't diminish your shine.
Right.
So I'm definitely learning that from you. Thank you for sharing it.
Thank you for that. If it inspires others, I'm glad.
Absolutely. Well, we celebrate your dish. It's absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So join us again tomorrow as we cook along with GOM music duo Distraction Boys. We put their kitchen skills to the test. Thank you so much for joining us at home. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Happy eating and good night.
Bye-bye.
Let's eat.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.